Coming up tonight on YCN News, New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan files for re-election. High school graduations are underway, including in the Upper Valley. And this weekend, Vermont holds free activities as part of Vermont Days. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening and welcome to this Thursday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan is running for re-election. Hassan, a Democrat, filed for a second elected term today in Concord. Improving the state's economy for all workers, especially the middle class, remains a priority for the governor. Doing so without enacting a state sales tax or income tax also is a goal and an achievement cited by Hassan today in front of supporters. Hassan says she is looking forward to meeting with residents in every corner of the state as she campaigns. Meanwhile, a challenger to Governor Hassan is Republican and businessman Walter Havenstein. Beyond campaigning, Havenstein also is working to squelch a controversy. Is he eligible to run for governor based on the length of time he's lived in New Hampshire? That's the question he wants state election officials to answer, reports New Hampshire Public Radio. To be able to run for governor, a person must be at least 30 years old, be a registered voter, and have lived in New Hampshire for at least 7 years, according to the Secretary of State's website. Havenstein and his wife moved to New Hampshire in 1999. The problem with his residency requirement stems from Havenstein's work in Maryland. Apparently, Havenstein listed Maryland as his domicile or legal residence when he bought a condominium there and got a Maryland's driver's license, even while maintaining a home in New Hampshire. Havenstein says he has proof from the New Hampshire Department of Motor Vehicles that he and his wife since 2005 have consistently registered their cars in New Hampshire. On a related note, Walter Havenstein may have a Republican challenger just in time for the September 9th primary if Havenstein gets the green light from the state to run for office. Republican candidate Andrew Hemingway also plans to run against Governor Hassan. Hemingway has until tomorrow to file for office. High school graduations are underway, including in the Upper Valley. 173 students will graduate tonight from Lebanon High School. Valedictorian is Nell Hood. Salutatorian is Emma Poplack. Guest speaker chosen by the senior class is grade 9 through 12 social studies teacher Luke Mitchner. In Newport, 74 students also are graduating tonight. Top students include valedictorian Allison Doucette and salutatorian Lindsay DeFilippis. Hannah Murrow is class essayist. Guest speaker is executive counselor Joseph Kinney. And in Vermont, 52 students will graduate tonight from Bellows Falls Union High School. Valedictorian is Jonah Belaton. Lydia Pettigo is salutatorian. The high school is located in Westminster. Talk About Academics continues with the focus on River Valley Community College in Claremont. College President Dr. Alicia Harvey-Smith told Claremont City Councilors last night that the college is on an enrollment campaign. Combined with that drive may be a plan for students to live in the city's downtown and be close to where they go to college. If so, 18 downtown units in the city center could become living and learning spaces, especially now that RVCC has signed an agreement with Granite State College as part of a 2+2+2 program. Students could earn an associate's degree at River Valley, then go directly into a bachelor's degree program and a master's degree program at Granite State. For home care workers in Vermont, the state is now union-friendly. Governor Peter Shumlin and union leader Frank Maroney signed into law the first contract for Vermont's home care workers. Home care workers in the state now belong to Local 4802 of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, known as AFSCME. It took support from the state legislature to get to this point. During the 2013 legislative season, Vermont lawmakers passed rulings allowing home care workers to form a union. Terms of the contract ironed out over several months call for home care workers to be paid a minimum of $10.80 an hour. People making more than that now will receive a 2.5% raise. Respite or relief care providers now earning $116 a day will earn $150 instead. These employees, who may earn more than that now, will also receive a 2.5% raise. The new union contract will improve home care workers' lives as of July 1st of this year. In Vermont, home care workers are paid at the federal minimum of $7.25 per hour, not the state minimum wage of $8.73 an hour. In about 3 weeks, home care workers will be paid $10.80 an hour. Shumlin says the contract allows the important work of dedicated home health care employees to continue and make their lives more financially secure. Executive Director of AFSCME Council 93, Frank Maroney, says this first Vermont contract lays the groundwork for a brighter and more secure future for the union's newest members. Council 93 is based in Springfield, Massachusetts. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Turning to Springfield, Vermont, Town Manager Bob Forgeitz may enter state politics. Forgeitz is retiring after 25 years as that town's top administrator. He filed paperwork, reports the Eagle Times, to run as a Democrat in the Windsor district. 2 seats in the Vermont House are open, as one incumbent is not running again. Springfield Democrat Cynthia Martin is not seeking re-election, the paper reports. Yet fellow Democrat Alice Emmons is. Earlier, Forgeitz said he planned to work full-time until September and then make a graceful exit by December from the town manager's post. Forgeitz says the opportunity to run for state rep is right for him at this time in his life. Arrests have been made following a shooting in Springfield yesterday night around 3:35 p.m. near 47 Summer Street. 3 people were shot, police say. 19-year-old Joseph Atkinson of Springfield was shot in the torso and taken to Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center in Lebanon, New Hampshire. 2 Springfield residents were shot and treated at Springfield Hospital and released. They are 30-year-old Timothy Carlton and 24-year-old Amanda Booker. Anyone with information regarding this incident is urged to call the Vermont State Police Rockingham Barracks at 802-875-2112 or submit an anonymous tip to www.vtips.info. Police say they will release more information on this case as the investigation continues. Under arrest and charged with attempted second-degree murder and burglary is 26-year-old Leon Jiggets of Newark, New Jersey. He is being held on $250,000 bail pending his arraignment in Hartford, Vermont today. Jiggets also faces heroin sale charges, report Vermont State Police. Also taken into custody late last night is 33-year-old Jabbar Chandler of Charlestown, New Hampshire. Chandler turned himself in to police in Charlestown. He faces charges by police of aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and burglary. A 16-year-old male also is being questioned by police. On a lighter note, this weekend is the perfect time to explore Vermont. The Green Mountain State is holding free activities Saturday and Sunday for residents and non-residents alike to enjoy as part of Vermont Days. According to the website vermontdays.com, this Saturday all can enjoy the outdoors with free fishing, no license required. If you feel like checking out a Vermont State Park, access to any of the over 50 locations will be free this weekend. On both Saturday and Sunday, you can get free entry at state historic sites, including the Justin Smith Memorial Homestead in Stratford, which will be open on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Lastly, the Vermont History Museum in Montpelier will be offering free admission both days this weekend. If you'd like to look up more information, check out vermontdays.com or go to our Facebook page for a link to their website. With this variety of free events, there's sure to be something fun for everyone. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next few days and then move on to high school sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tonight we've got an 80% chance of rain and a thunderstorm possible after midnight. Lows will be in the 60s with winds ranging between 5 and 10 miles per hour, and an expected 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain. Tomorrow we've got a 90% chance of rain and another possible thunderstorm. Winds will be around 10 miles per hour with a high of 68 degrees. Friday night we'll be experiencing some rain and storms. Fog will be patchy before 8 p.m. and lows will be in the 60s. Saturday we have a 30% chance of showers before 8 a.m. with skies clearing up to be partly sunny in the afternoon. Highs will be in the upper 70s with winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Saturday night will be mostly clear with a low of 51 degrees. On our map, you can see the possibility of thunderstorms brewing out west. These storms may reach us after midnight. Storms are expected to continue until Saturday morning. Saturday night and Sunday should be mostly sunny. And now let's see what's coming up on our community calendar. Tomorrow in Vermont, the Bellows Falls Farmers Market will be held at 4 p.m. in Waypoint Center. In White River Junction, the Tupelo Music Hall will host the Blues Sanctuary at 8 p.m. In New Hampshire, the Lebanon Opera House will host a performance by singer Patty Griffin at 7:30 p.m. Friday night. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. And now let's look at the two Sunapee games that happened last night. On Wednesday, fans of both the Sunapee baseball and softball teams made the trek to Plymouth State University for the Division IV semifinals. In the baseball semifinals, second-seeded Sunapee took on third-seeded Pittsfield. Laker pitcher Jim Fitzgerald limited Pittsfield to only 2 hits here, getting a strikeout to end the 6th inning. With 2 outs and a 2-0 lead in the top of the 7th, Fitzgerald recorded the final out to send Sunapee to the championship game on Saturday versus the winner of Thursday's semifinal between Gorham and Colebrook. On the other side of the PSU Athletic Complex, the third-seeded Laker softball team was taking on Wilton Lindborough, the number 2 seed in the tournament. Some strong defense by the Warriors limited the Lakers to only 2 runs. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Kimmy Edmonds extends the Warriors' lead to 6-2, but some great defense by Sunapee shortstop Rachel Malanga gets the Lakers out of this inning only down 4 runs. Wilton Lindborough held on to win the semifinal game 6-2 to advance to Saturday's championship game versus Portsmouth Christian.